Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here on Play on GAA. This weekend it is just myself, Seamus, and I'm going to be giving in all of these videos my reaction to all the weekend's action. And in this game, I'm going to be talking about the Wexford versus Limerick hurling match, which saw Wexford beat the back-to-back All-Ireland champions Limerick by a goal and 11 points to Limerick's 11 points. Big win for the new Wexford manager, Darragh Egan. I mean, perfect start for him, beating the all-conquering Limerick, as I've mentioned before. The key score obviously came from Mikey Dwyer, the goal right at the end. Let's get straight into the controversial thing. Did Mikey Dwyer take too many steps or was he fouled? Me personally, I think he was fouled. I agree completely with Davy Fitzgerald. I think that's why he was allowed to carry on. But I do agree as well with what Donald Og said, that I would put it down very similar to Sean Kavanagh in 2008 in the football quarterfinal against Dublin, where Ross McConnell was kind of hanging out of him, but Kavanagh took about 12 steps and then went on and scored the goal. So it's very kind of, well, are we going to let, players away with anything if they're being fouled at the same time? And Mikey Dwyer took at least 14 steps before he struck the ball. So that's pretty hard to take for Limerick, especially considering that it was the all-important score. It was the one that separated the two sides. That being said, Limerick were 11 points to 9 up coming into the closing stages. They've got players there like Gerard Hegarty, Tom Morrissey, Declan Hannon's there as well. So they probably would have expected to close the game out. They didn't. Wexford showed a lot of heart. They reverted to type. They dropped the sweeper in. Dermot O'Keefe played as the sweeper. He got on a lot of ball. They flooded the middle as well, which Davy Fitz says is the thing that you should do against Limerick. There were some very positive signs apart from that for Limerick. Oisin Foley is a bit of a new name in the side. He looked quite good. Conor MacDonald looked back to his best. I mean, he hit a wonderful point when he's surrounded by 5 players. He still managed to get a shot away and put it over the bar. And then the aforementioned Mikey Dwyer really showing that he's kind of growing into himself in this Wexford side. That being said, there's one factor that I think has not been talked about at all, and that's how tight the pitch was. Limerick, one of the ways that Limerick can avoid this crowd and the bodies around the middle is the wide open pitches. Wexford Park is a tight pitch, and that allowed Wexford to flood the middle and shut down the space. And yeah, I think that was a massive factor in the game. The other factor in the game, obviously this one has been spoken about, is that, look, it is the first game of the league. Limerick are kind of known that they don't really, I don't know if they take the league as serious as maybe they should, but last year they didn't seem to care too much about the league. And this season, they rock up and get beaten in the first game against the Wexford side, who came nowhere near the last 4 last season. So, I mean, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell from this. Limerick are still the best team in the country. There's not a doubt in my mind. Wexford, good signs there for Darragh Egan. I mean, it's exactly the start that he would have wanted. He's beaten the best team in Ireland in his first league game in charge. So, yeah, I think positives galore for Wexford, but at the same time, no real alarm bells for Limerick. They can relax there about this game. So yeah, that's my opinion on this game. Not too much to be taken from it, apart from that there are improvements there in Wexford, while they are also remaining loyal to their kind of sweeper system that Davy Fitz ironically implemented, and that Limerick, when the likes of Keane Lynch come back, they're gonna become imperious again. And I wouldn't bet really that anybody's going to beat them this year, but I do think it's going to be fascinating to see how it turns out. So yeah, that's my opinions on this game. Wexford 111, Limerick 11 points. Perfect start for Darragh Egan as Wexford boss in the league. Keep an eye out for all the other content over the weekend. I'm going to be doing these type of videos for all of the games. And yeah, until the next one, guys, take care.